Hello, Nathaniel. My name is Hayden Jaco, and this is Devotionables, brief devotions for busy people. Now, today we're going to be in Psalm 102, and I want to be speaking to the person who is suffering. One of the reasons I love the Psalms is because it helps the people who are suffering, and it truly understands your heart. Now, this Psalm is a prayer of a man who is in anguish, who is plagued by fear and suffering in this world. Now, we've all experienced this, or if you haven't, you inevitably will. Just 3 years ago, I went into a doctor's visit on a random Thursday, and I walked out with a cancer diagnosis. Now, I did not desire that. I did not want that. But then fear instantly crept into my mind, and it began to fester. Things like this happen all the time. This is the human experience. But what do we do when these fears show up in our lives? I would recommend going to the Psalms. One of the reasons I love going to the Psalms is because I get to sit down and read the recorded prayers of people thousands of years ago. And one thing that you'll find when you read the Psalms is that every generation, every person is plagued with fear, anxiety, suffering. But you'll also find that in every generation, there's a cure. And that cure is God in every generation. Now, I'd like for you to listen to some of the sentences from this prayer in Psalm 102. Lord, hear my prayer. Let my cry for help come before you. Please do not hide from me and answer me quickly. My days are disappearing like smoke. My heart is suffering. I forget to eat my food because of my groaning. I am like a solitary bird on a roof. I stay awake all night. I mix my drink with my tears. I am withering away like grass. This is what it feels like to be a human many times on this earth. But then we read in the same psalm, but you, Lord, you are enthroned forever. Your fame endures to all generations. The Lord will pay attention to the prayer of the destitute and will not despise their prayer. This will be written for a later generation, and a people who have not yet been created will praise the Lord. He looked down from his holy heights. The Lord gazed from the heaven to earth to hear a prisoner's groaning, to set free those condemned to die, so that they might declare the name of the Lord. This is the reality of being a human. There will be times when you're so afraid that you can't eat. There will be times when you're so afraid you can't sleep. And then other times when you just feel utterly alone. I've experienced this. I guarantee that you've experienced this. But the fact remains, the Lord hears the prayers of the broken. And the Lord has come down from his holy mountain to hear your prayer. I was listening to an interview, a last interview of a preacher who had cancer. And he was given a few weeks to live. And in this interview, he explained a conversation that he had with his wife. And he said that me and my wife just had a conversation last night, and with many tears, we talked about my early departure from this earth. And he said that was a scary moment to have with my wife, but we came to this conclusion. If God really did come down from his holy mountain, if God really did dwell among us, if God really did die for us, and if God really did walk out of the grave, then everything's going to be all right. And I think that is so profound. Everything is going to be all right for those who love God. There's nothing that challenges God. There's nothing that he can't conquer. Death used to be our greatest fear, but now death has been swallowed up. Oh, death, where's your sting? Not even the grave is a fear for us anymore. But that doesn't mean that our earthly life is not challenging still. But it does mean that God is with us and that God fights for us. For those who are suffering today and those who can't eat, eat. And for those who can't sleep, sleep. Because the Lord has left his holy mountain to hear your prayer and to dwell among us.